Hi folks, Peter Kalos here with your acting tip for the day. We're still in lockdown here and I've got a new background. It's a yellow wall. I seem to be finding all these colored walls. I've done a pink wall and a green wall and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, today's acting tip for the day is this. A big one. How do you handle yourself when you don't get the audition? Most of us just plummet into an abyss of, struggle and self-doubt and all these kinds of things. You've got to learn, you've got to have a pattern to help yourself get out of it because you're going to lose more jobs than get. So you've got to learn to handle them. Otherwise, it's very, very hard to go ahead. There's a system that I think that takes place, and the moment we come out of it, we just demolish ourselves. And you don't need to go that low. First of all, I remember a long time ago, De Niro once he said to me, you got to go into the audition as if you've already lost it. That's a big one because what he does is he takes all the pressure off you. There's a few things you can do, right, to help yourself. Number one, and I've got a list here, I'm going to read it to you guys, because my memory is, I don't want to lose anything. One of the first ones you can do is not put so much expectation on it. People go to auditions and they think, if I get this, tomorrow morning I'll have Academy Awards, tomorrow morning this director's gonna call me, I'll make money, No, don't do that. That may or may not happen, but if you heighten the expectation, you've got a longer way to fall down. So don't do that. It's a job, right? Number two, don't sit there telling the entire world, I've got an audition. It's okay to share when you get it, because now you're not doing it for support, you're doing it to let the world know, and you're expecting all this energy to come back your way. So when you don't get it, now comes the negative energy. Don't. Once again, we don't do enough of this. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have enough auditions. I know people in LA, they go, 5 to 8 to 10 auditions a week. If that's the case, you get more used to it. But for the rest of the world, we don't have that many auditions, so we put so much pressure and we heighten it up. The other thing is, don't make it personal. I've said this in the past. You'll be amazed why you don't get the roles. Many times it's not because of you or your acting. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be in the room. If they didn't like you or they didn't like your acting, you wouldn't be there. It's got so many other variables. Many. The creators of the film or the project, go a certain way or they literally change the direction of a vibe. So don't make it about you because then you won't survive. You got me? Right? The other thing I tell is, don't shut down the flame. What I mean by that is this. Just because you didn't get this audition, don't start going, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm doing this, I'm going to change my agent. No. You went to an audition, you didn't get it, move on. Right? That's important. The other thing is, don't linger on it. We sit there and we beat ourselves up. At best, if you want to give yourself that kind of treatment, move on after a day. Feel bad, get on with it. Get on to the next one. I remember watching an amazing documentary about people dealing with diamonds. They were diamond jewelers in New York. And one of them said something very interesting. He said, the moment that negotiation is done, I don't sit on it, because if he says, I drive myself crazy going, I could have got more money. If you do that, you won't survive till the next one. So the moment you're done, if you don't get it, done, move on. Focus on the next one. Otherwise, the downfall from it, the expectation, the heightened expectation, the heightened to the people, all this stuff, you just plummet to the ground, and it's very hard to survive that. And you're going to feed it into your next audition. That's the other thing. Don't bring past failures into the next audition, because they will haunt you. You need all the support. You can't go in the room with half a support, all this doubt, all this stuff. And the other one is, which is part of it, don't constantly bring in the negative voice. Here's what you can do to help yourself. Have more than one iron in the fire. If you only have one audition a month, and that's your only outlet, you won't survive. Have an audition, have a play reading, have a short film you're working on, have something else to let out that creativity, to let out that frustration. It helps. Have a support system, not a support group necessarily. Have a support system within yourself. Find the positives in you as an artist, and you've got to believe in them. You've got to balance the negative voice with the positive voice. We need more of the positive voice so you believe in you. You've got to do that. Have a shut-off time. So the moment you're done, move on. I've said that before, but it's very important to shut this off because it will drain you. You with me? It will drain you. Have realistic expectations. One audition isn't going to make the world for you. It's one audition after the next, after the next, after the next. That way the people get to know you. You may not get all of them. Eventually you'll get one of them. So you got to have a plan of the next one and the next one. And the way to get these people's attention, the casting agents and the filmmakers, is by making product, by putting good work on there. You know, either a show reel or a short film that you made, and have that attitude that everything matters. If it's one line in a short film, be brilliant in it. Don't be that attitude, well, it's just a line in a film, because then you've already shit on it. You've got to have that positive energy. This is the big project. That's how you're going to get the big projects, by treating everything like it's the big project. If you piss everything away like, oh, it doesn't really matter, it's a short film, or it's a blah, 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 it's a director's fault, no. That's your attitude, and you're going to carry that with you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very, very important, all right? One other thing, and this is a big one. Have massive belief in yourself. The moment you don't get it, go, I'm still creative, I still matter, I still believe in me. Pick yourself up, get ready to go back in the ring, back in the ring, back in the ring, consistently. And it's okay to fail by not getting it. Just get yourself back up and get back in there. If you don't, you plummet, you start to self-doubt, you start to not trust yourself, you start to then look out for, don't look out for support. This is where the support comes from, you. And pick yourself back up, get back in the ring, pick yourself back up. You're going to become consistent with it. You're going to feel better going to audition. And as De Niro said, treat it like you've already lost the audition. You take away the pressure. You go in there, man, and I'm not here to get the job. I'm here to do my best work. Change that mentality. I'm not here to get the job. I'm here to do my best work. And if they don't like it, doesn't matter. As long as you leave the room going, I did my best work, it's easier to handle. It saves that complete fall into the abyss. It hurts, but we can buffer it, because it's not about winning the little battle. It's about surviving another day. So keep going, guys. Keep being positive, all right? You can't survive this industry if you're always negative and always beating yourself up. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you won't. There's a difference. Learn to pick yourself up. Don't completely destroy yourself when you don't get the audition. And believe it or not, yes, there is another tomorrow. So keep going. Take care. We'll talk again. Bye. Thank you.